Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1686 of What's She Up To Now. Bite one's tongue. Is this an area of communication to SOAP? You apply the SOAP framework, SOAP, or to improve, an area that you want to improve. Any area that we want to improve in our life. This year, the last year, and in 2020, we have been applying the SOAP framework to a simple 4-step process and framework that we can use and learn and install in our subconscious to guarantee that we always get better results anytime we're faced with a change, a challenge, a setback, an obstacle, a roadblock, something that is a problem that we're facing. It guarantees that we're always going to get the best possible solution for us, given all the criteria and the things that are going on right now in our life, and move us toward continuous improvement for the rest of our life. So this month we're focusing on the area of communication. And every month this year, and pretty much every other month the previous 2 years, we have applied the SOAP framework to an area or an aspect of our life. I use a 7-step and then a 9-step framework that covers each of the main areas of our life. And if we set goals and if we set our life up and we use that framework to move toward what we want all the time, we're going to make sure we're moving and getting better every day in the direction that we want our life to go. Now, will there be ups and downs? Absolutely. Will there be some areas of our life that need more attention at certain times than others? Of course there will be. But this is my place in my segment, given different challenges and things that are going on in my life, that I use to kind of keep track and journal what's going on in my businesses and in my life. What's working, what's not working, lessons that I've learned, and then things that I'm working on. Pieces of content that I share every day are 2 for sure, and then this one. But I share an idiom in my Supersize Your Business for Female Entrepreneurs group every day. And this year I've aligned it, the topic at least, with the annual challenge, the BU 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that improves us. This year's annual challenge is different than the previous challenges I've done. This is our 5th year in a row. I've done lots of other annual challenges and lots of different length challenges, but I like the annual ones because we can pick them up and we can do a little bit every day, and it will ensure that we're moving toward what we want by just doing one simple action every day. Sometimes the actions are super duper easy and they're a no-brainer and we just think about them and do it and it's done. Other days it requires us to use a little more thought or take a little more action, but for the most part it's nothing that takes more than a couple of minutes a day to listen, do the action, and guarantee that we're going to be moving toward what it is that we want. So today our challenge for today was to just think about what area of communication we want to improve in. What area of communication in our life needs a little bit of attention. Maybe it's communicating with certain people. Maybe it's, understanding and making sure that our message gets across clearly to our significant other, to our children, to our grandchildren, granddaughters, to our parents, to our siblings. Maybe it's a relationship we want to improve by improving the communication. Maybe it's a type of communication we want to get better at. We've talked about 14 plus different modes of communication. And so maybe it's one of those we want to. I've done, at least 10, 12, 13, I don't even remember how many, but at least 13 or 14 different communication areas in my life in the past couple of years that I've specifically applied the SOAP framework to and made improvements in. This month, I decided for this challenge, I'm going to look at my social media communication. That's one of the areas that I think could use a beef up and a concerted effort and a thoughtful approach versus just the way I've been doing it over the last few years. So that's the one I selected. That's the area of communication that I'm going to apply the SOAP framework to over the next 4 days. And again, I mentioned and we talked about in the last couple of days with respect to communication, all the different areas we could pick. And there's definitely not an all-inclusive list. There might be one other more specific thing that you want to work on, people in the challenge. So we talked about that. And then our idiom for today for Supersize Your Business was to bite one's tongue. When do we shut our mouths, keep our mouth shut, just not say anything? And I shared my thoughts on that. Basically, when it's none of my business or when it's something I don't want to choose to spend my time and energy and participate in, I just don't say anything, or I bite my tongue and keep my mouth shut. I just don't participate. Hung out with my granddaughters very late doing my videos today because I need to be flexible in my life, right? And it's a holiday weekend here in the United States, Labor Day, which is an interesting holiday for me personally. Has been a lot of stuff that's happened to me big stuff in the past. And so this weekend is one where I make sure I pay attention to the things that are most important to me, and that is, of course, my family. So I had a sleepover with my granddaughters last night, which was super duper fun, at my sister's house, which is always entertaining. She's got an awesome house. We laid out in her new deck and under the stars and stuff, and so that was fun. Me visually challenged, it's hard to see the stars, but I could see one, so I was excited about that. And they could see a whole bunch. She said that the stars are so beautiful, the sky is full of stars. I'm like, oh, that's nice. But we had a great time sitting out there, and my granddaughter had gotten a weird light up thing, unicorn sword thing at the state fair during the day, and so she was entertaining us with that on the deck, my sister and I. All right, if I can help you in any way, hit me up. jammergrandma@gmail.com is my Voxer handle. You can find me there, or you can direct message me. And that's it for today. Have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.